And as you all saw, the montage, it's all about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And like I've been saying it from the beginning of this month that please go get checked because it is very important. And also it can help prevent, very grave situations which we do not want. Well, we are about to have a conversation on breast cancer awareness, and this time we have a doctor and a survivor in the house. So I would recommend that you sit back and enjoy this conversation because there's so much to learn, and maybe there'll be some freebies of where to go and even go get checked. Do you understand? So yeah, let's get straight into the conversation. We have Dr. Bright Asamoah, who's a senior radiologist and executive director of Diagnostic Center Limited, and Margaret, who is a breast cancer survivor. Hi, you're all welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you so much.
How's everything?
All good so far.
All right. All right, Doc, I'm going to start with you, right? Because you're the only man here right now, so I'm just giving you the honors. Doc, tell us about breast cancer. What are the numbers in Ghana right now?
So breast cancer, it's something I believe a lot of women have heard about. And, interesting thing is that it's quite more prevalent, amongst Africans. And the sad news is that, Africans tend to experience the aggressive, severe form, more prevalent in the African people.
Why?
We actually can't put a finger to it, Though amongst the Caucasians, it's found to be more prevalent or slightly more prevalent than, the general female population around the world. When it does happen in Africa or amongst Africans, it happens to be a little bit more severe. And, so looking at the numbers, like you're saying, currently in, let's say, the year 2022, all right, we had about 5,025 women being diagnosed newly of breast cancer.
In Africa or
in Ghana, right. But
5,000.
Exactly. And I keep saying that these statistics are it's probably even more because,
yes,
those
not
things,
everybody
those ones that
out.
are missed, exactly. But then the trend actually is increasing. So in 2010 thereabouts, we had about 2,000 women being diagnosed. Then in 2018 thereabouts, we had about 4,000. So you just see some increasing trend.
Number, yeah.
Now, it could be that people are becoming more aware and screening, but it could also be that we're actually now detecting it a lot more, than before. So the trends are increasing, and currently we have it that breast cancer is actually the leading cause of cancer mortality amongst women.
Yeah.
So, if it even takes one life a year, that is of concern once the things can be done to prevent it. So in this case, it's quite a problem for us, and in Ghana, I think we should really take it that serious and do everything to, create that awareness and that right action against breast cancer.
Right. Wow, that's interesting. Margaret, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Margaret, tell us a story.
All right. So when I was around age 23, a lump appeared on my chest. It was a tiny lump, like I could feel it. It was distinct.
If you said tiny, like what's
so it wasn't
the size?
bulgy.
No, would you describe it to an orange
like
seed?
a grain? No, like a grain of rice.
Or like a peanut.
Yeah, like very tiny. I could, yeah, it wasn't that big. So I went to a private clinic. I got it removed, and I sent it to Kolebu for pathology testing, and the results came out benign. Then I had heard about breast cancer. So when I was told it wasn't cancerous, I did the sign of the cross, and that was it. I wasn't doing any follow-ups, no yearly checks, nothing. I got married at age 29. I had my first daughter at age 30, my second daughter at 32. During the time I was breastfeeding, I later realized that my children didn't really like my left breast. They didn't really like suckling on my left breast. So fast forward to age 45, in 2021, I would feel pains under my foot. I'll feel pains on my back when I drive. I thought it was the driving. And once in a while, either when I am menstruating or ovulating, the left breast become too sensitive for my liking. but I was still not paying attention to the lamp that had returned.
Oh, you didn't notice another one had returned?
I noticed. This time it wasn't small. It was a bit bigger.
Like an orange
like
seed?
a pea size.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
But because the first one was benign, being the Ghanaian I am, I said, well, the first one wasn't anything. Why bother? But when I started feeling all the signs, feeling the pain, once in a while I'll feel like I am choking without any cause. So I haven't drank water. It's not like I'm trying to swallow a spittle, but I feel like I'm choking. And that was around the COVID time. And so my husband would jokingly say, you have COVID. And, yes. And so 2022, October, like this, my church organized a free screening. I work in a court. So I spoke with my magistrate that when I close from work today, I'm going for free screening because of the lump I feel in mine. So go get your breast checked. Like, I have that rapport with So I come back to church, they do palpation, and then the nurse on site tells me, madam, it's not only the lump on your chest, but we feel there are lymph nodes under your armpit. And normally when it's like that, it doesn't look good. So I was asked to go do a mammogram because I had never done a mammogram. Even after that, my problem. So I go back to work, talk to my magistrate, and she says, oh, talk to my sister. Her sister is an oncologist. She was then a resident oncologist at Kolibu. So I spoke to her sister. We had to get all the, I did a mammogram, ultrasound, biopsy, chest x-ray, chest and stomach. I had to do ECG, echocardiogram, you know.
The MRI, you did everything?
Yes, I did an MRI before my surgery. You know, cancer treatment is not like a headache that you go and they prescribe paracetamol. Yes, it's holistic. So you are meeting with...
So while doing the test, had they already told you that this is cancer?
No. So this is it.
Ooh.
They will tell you for now, we don't know.
So we want to,
yes, it looks suspicious. So my mammogram recommended that I do an ultrasound because they saw calcifications. Doctor, that's what they say, right?
That's
calcifications. So I do the ultrasound scan, and then the ultrasound brings out more details. Yes, then I had to do a biopsy. The biopsy goes to a pathologist and comes back. And the day I had to go for my news to be broken to me, I had shown it to my kid brother. He was then a nurse at 37 Military Hospital. And he says, sister, if you go, can I say it in Tree?
Yeah, you can say it.
He says, Oko, na doctor phone say ombe yiwe nufua, ye kom no mu yimao. Yes. But I really did not take his advice. So the doctor says to come with my husband when I am coming. I went with my husband.
Oh, he was nice to tell you to come with your husband.
Yes, she.
Oh, she was.
Yes.
Oh, that's professional.
Yes. So I went with my husband. And that day, I remember when she started talking, said, oh, what we found is cancerous, and that you have stage 3 invasive carcinoma. That was it. That was the only thing I heard.
Stage 3?
Yes, because I was just sitting there looking at her lips.
Her lips moving. Everything was just...
Yes, so I was blank.
So the life stopped around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I felt like, so now my life flashed before me.
You remember the first
And then my children. Those were the first things that came. Am I going to die and leave my children? They are only, what, 14 and 12. Am I going to die and leave them? And I was thinking about my mother, how I was going to tell her because she's grown. And my career, you know, I thought life had come to an end and I felt I was going to die. So I think I didn't hear anything again. The doctor said she would schedule me to meet with a psychologist too. So that day when I was going back with my husband, I asked him, What did she say?
Oh.
So it's my husband that told me all the things she said. So when the news is broken to you, they will tell you to do a further test. After the biopsy, you know, they will need to check if it had spread.
Yeah.
So then I would have to go and do a chest and stomach scan.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Right, that's why, yeah.
So they want to check if it has entered into my lungs,
Lungs and stuff like
or
that.
it has gone into my liver or anything. So I had to do all that. Then we went back, and the doctor tells me, oh, this is the regimens we are going to use in treating you. Either chemo, surgery, radiotherapy, or surgery, chemo, radiotherapy. I said, take chemo out. And she says, why? I'm like, I haven't seen anyone do chemo and live.
Yeah, yeah.
We see it in the movies,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, they look sickly, they
Yes,
get tired.
and they die. So I said, take chemo out. I'll do anything but chemo. And she explained that chemo was my best option. So then I asked about what chemo would do. And I was told, oh, chemo could shrink the lump. Yes.
And this
said,
lump
so
we're talking about is still that pea-sized
now
one?
my lump was moving towards my armpit area.
Oh.
And
So
my
it's-
breast had become a bit bigger.
Ah.
Yes, and heavier.
So you noticed?
Yes, oh, very, very well.
Right.
I did. I just did not pay attention. And I just did not seek medical help.
Right. So, Doc, let me come back to you. So she saw the first benign one at an earlier age, in her
Right.
20s, and it was nothing. But now, this time around, it came back as a cancer. And she had never done a mammogram before. Now, how important is it for us to do most of these tests, like the ultrasound and the mammogram, including the, self-examination?
Self-examination.
Because I feel like the self-examination, people do it, but because sometimes your breast is full, people with very full breast and very hefty breasts, they have a lot of tissues.
Exactly.
So you don't know how to differentiate between the tissue and whatever is there.
So in terms of the self-breast examination, we usually advise that you do it quite often so that you get to know the normal of your breast, exactly. And we usually advise that after your period, because during the period of your menses, the breast sometimes feels lumpy. So you may feel a lot of lumps and not know which is which. So usually after your periods, that's the best time to do your self-breast examination. So as soon as you feel something out of the ordinary, you're able to, see that this looks odd and then take the necessary steps. And I like all that she's recounted because it actually paints the whole, journey of breast cancer. So it's, first of all, it's not every time you feel a lump that it's cancerous.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've had one lump that wasn't cancerous does not mean the other one next to
Will
it is
not
probably,
be.
or you wouldn't develop something.
Yeah.
And the reason we have such bad statistics in Ghana, where we say that about almost 1 in 2 women, die of breast cancer when you have 2 women diagnosed, is because we have about 70% of them coming to the hospitals late. And they usually come when it's advanced, and at that point, there's not much that can be done.
So basically, like she knew it came back, but she ignored it.
She ignored it, Sometimes you just ignore it because of the
don't want to hear you have cancer.
The denial and all the denial.
You don't want to hear
it. Sometimes they say ignorance is bliss, but in this case, if you ignore any sign, symptom of breast cancer, you do that to your own detriment. Because the reason we say that early detection saves lives is that when it's found early, it can be cured. But then if you delay and it comes in an advanced stage, there's really nothing much doctors can do. We'll try everything we can, but then the outcome or the prognosis, we call it, is quite dire sometimes. All right, so women really need to not even wait to feel a lump, just keep checking. Because in most cases, you can actually have breast cancer and yet you feel no lump.
Without a symptom.
By the time you start feeling something, it's usually advanced. You know that thing. Exactly. And God forbid if it's the aggressive type, where by the time...
so she named it.
Yes, invasive carcinoma, and I was stage 3 already.
Stage 3.
So, like, what are the differences?
So, the difference is there's the invasive ductal carcinoma, there's the invasive lobular carcinoma. The ductal is the most common, followed by the invasive you know, ductal. Ductal is the common one, and then followed by the lobular, invasive lobular.
So
but then there's also a type called the triple negative breast cancer, all right,
Oh.
which means it doesn't respond to all the hormonal treatments possible for it. Okay, so that again tends to be more aggressive and quite lethal, all right? And again, it's more prevalent in the younger women or the younger population. So that's when
Younger.
you hear that somebody who is 28 has breast cancer, then
Oh, now there's 23.
there's 23.
Yes,
Do you get
23
it?
years, yes.
You see, so
23.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
So
usually,
when should you start the self-examination?
so you
see?
start the self-examination at least from age 20. Do you get it? Do very proper self-breast examination. Then yes, your late 20s and your 30s include your clinical breast examination and your ultrasound. And this should be a lifestyle where you're doing this at least every year.
Every year.
You know, but self-breast examination every month.
Every month.
You know, you keep to it. And once anything out of the ordinary pops up and you see it early, it's most likely in an early stage where treatment can be more effective
Yeah.
with a very positive
quicker.
outcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know that one of the reasons people come late are the misconceptions around it. You know, like let's say the mammogram causes cancer.
Yeah, the
it
mammogram itself
doesn't.
causes the cancer.
You know, so these misconceptions and all that actually prevent people from going. The denial that, oh, I'm a high-flying woman, you know, I work as a CEO, or probably I look so pretty that, nah, this thing can happen to me.
I'm
You
very
know,
healthy.
I'm very healthy.
I am
I'm
very
eating
healthy,
well,
but yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and active and all that, so they feel that it can't
can't
happen to them.
happen.
You know, but the thing is that no woman is exempt at all. Every female is at risk of developing breast cancer. And the only way to have a good outcome, God forbid if you do develop it, is by catching it early. You know, and that's why we quite passionate about the fact that women should check. And my story really is that, you know, as a doctor, you talk about breast cancer, you educate and all that stuff, but it had never come so close than it did when my brother's wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. Unfortunate for her, it was a triple negative breast cancer. And, you know, the thing is that she was a nurse working in a breast clinic. You know, she had just qualified as a nurse, and that was the first station. Then she sees another young African woman, so they live outside the country, who, young like her, diagnosed with breast cancer that's advanced. So she freaks out and goes home and just decides to check her breast and feels a lump out of the ordinary. And now she goes and checks the lump, and it's stage 4. Stage 4. And then she passed.
This is my show, but you're gonna make me cry.
And she passed away last
passed away?
2 years after battling it for 3 years. All right? And this is the reality of it. You know that. And my brother is a doctor. So it's like you feel that all this thing can happen in that space. But it did happen. Do you get it? So it means nobody is really exempt. And the only way you can help yourself is to check every year. And naturally,
How is your brother?
he's pulling through. I mean, he has his moments where he dips and the
Look, this
days,
is my show. You don't make me cry on my show.
you know, I mean, at least we've been through our tears and all stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I easily talk about it because I know that if she were alive, she would have wanted me to talk about
And
it.
she was,
That's
and
why.
she was in that space.
She was in that space, you know. So women really need to take it serious. That it sounds bad, but it's only that bad when it's found late. All right, and my company, Diagnostic Center Limited, is actually championing, you know, breast screening beyond October, because the problem is that women wait till October, then you know,
Yeah,
as
then
soon
there's
as
a
it hits
rush.
October,
Yeah.
unless they get busy and they can't do it in October, I'll wait for next year October, and then but breast cancer doesn't go on holiday and wait till next year October. So I had a friend who. During October, was like, go get screened, go get screened. She said, oh, I felt something. I was
Oh,
like, go
Lord.
get screened. And she didn't. And then she waited till the next year, October. And then by the time she checked, it was cancer. You get it? So you've lost a whole year of being able to have detected it and considered
started-
effective
yeah.
treatment for that. You know, and yeah, it's what it is. You get it? You know, so women really need to put fear aside, because the fear actually delays investigation, and that delay can actually be costly.
Right.
You know,
Wait, so let me ask Margaret. Margaret, what was your treatment like, and what
All
kind
right.
of treatment did you go through?
So, I did surgery, chemo, radio.
So when you say surgery,
Okay.
a full mastectomy?
All right. So, radiologist, my surgeon, the anesthetist,
Everybody,
psychologist.
yeah.
the
It's
psychologist,
a
we all had a
multidisciplinary
meeting.
team. Yeah.
So they will meet with you before your treatment, and like it will be back and forth like that. So radiologists were saying, "Oh, take the lamp." Surgeon says, "I'll take lamp,
Oh,
take
Lord.
lymph nodes, and leave what?" And so she says, "You know what? Go do an MRI. That's the final,
Yeah.
so that we are all clear as to what to do." I go get an MRI done. I check the film. Now I was reading stuff like a pro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So any result I get, I take my time, read it. I'll send it to my kid brother, and then we talk about
Yeah.
it. So I check the film. I read what's on the sheet, and then I tell my husband, I want to take both of my breasts.
Oh, a double mastectomy.
What do you say?
Yeah.
And he says, look, anything they will do to keep you alive, do it. Because I was always crying on him.
Yeah, I know.
Every time. Sometimes he's ready to go to work. I'll just walk from the bedroom and come and say, please hold me. Please just hug me for some time before you go, because I'm going to die. So he agreed that I do the double mastectomy. I go to the hospital. I tell my surgeon, Dr. Ansafo, I want to get a double mastectomy. She says, what?
Yes, because a lot of women don't want to do that.
Yes, because this is invasive carcinoma stage 3, and this was fibroadenoma virus 4B.
Wow.
And
Suspicious.
yes, and it's highly suspicious. And I was seeing those calcifications here, and the hassle I had to go through to even secure a date for surgery in Kolebu was not a small hassle. So I didn't want to go for the First World War
then
and come back
again,
for the Second World War.
Let's just do it.
So I said, let's just take it off. So March 2023, I had double mastectomy in Kolebu. It was smooth, yes.
So after
was-
that, did they
after
do
that-
anything? Did they do
Yes,
chemo?
Yes.
Oh, it continues.
Oh yes. So when you're done, when I was done with the surgery, I was doing aspirations. You know, because of all the fats in there, there will be a lot of water. They call it serous.
Serous fluid.
Yes, serous fluids. So I would go every now and then to drain the fluid, and then when it heals, then when it healed, I started with my chemo. I did 8 rounds of chemotherapy. So I did 4 adramycin and then 4 paclitaxel. And then I did 15 rounds of radiation.
But you're alive and it's good.
Yes. Now
And you're a
I'm
testimony.
on hormonal therapy.
Yeah.
I take tamoxifen. I'll be taking tamoxifen for 10 years, every day.
And you're okay.
Oh yes, I am. I'm back to work.
All right, so our time is almost up. So, Doc, what is your place doing?
So,
And
you know,
how can people just make use of this opportunity?
right. So Diagnostic Center, we located in East Legon, behind the Emmanuel Eye Clinic. You know, it's not difficult to find. And we are obviously on social media, so you can look us up and find our location. But then what we're doing is that we're giving up to a 50% discount on all the breast imaging procedures, so mammogram, ultrasound, okay? And we're doing this because we really want to ensure that there's no barrier in terms of cost to women accessing this life-saving investigations. So yes, we open from Monday right to Sunday. So Sunday, Saturday also to just make it convenient for people to be able to access the mammogram and the ultrasound. And it's just a walk-in. Even if you walk in without a request, they just say that you need to do your breast screening. We can organize that for you. So we really encouraging women to take this opportunity and come and get screened. Those who are 40 years and above, we recommend mammogram. And diagnostic throws in a complementary ultrasound to get more detail. For the younger women, it's an ultrasound. And all of this is discounted to ensure that cost is not a limitation to this life saving investigations.
All right, thank you so much. It's been nice having you on the show and even making me cry. But yeah, God is good and you're alive.
yes.
And that actually shows us that there is hope as long as you go out there and test, as long as you go there and examine your breast, as long as you go out there, you can actually be saved if everything is found at an early stage. So ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to a survivor who is Margaret. As you can see her, she's doing really well. And Dr. Bright Asamoah, who's a senior radiologist and executive director at the Diagnostic Center Limited, which they're actually running a promo, and you can make use of this opportunity. There's going to be a mammogram test and also an ultrasound test. So please make use of this opportunity. It's discounted. You've heard the story. I still haven't gotten over listening to Doc, but yeah, thank you so much for joining us on the show. I want to say a very big thank you. And remember that Philip did this show with me, and also Nanatu Foster at the show. So see you guys tomorrow at the same time right here on Channel One TV.